Hi, welcome back to the show. My name's Baz the Bard and I've been joined by James.
Evening.
So, how have you been, James?
Suffering from COVID. How about yourself?
I've been alright, mate.
Great. It's alright. I tested positive Wednesday. I cleared this morning, so hopefully back on track. Missed an RTN at the weekend, but it's all sorted. Going to another one next week.
At least you're okay. That's the main thing.
That's the bit that matters. And anybody who is recovering from COVID, obviously get well soon, and all the best.
Yeah, brilliant. Okie dokie. So, thank you to everyone who subscribed. The response from the community has been absolutely amazing. So, if you haven't subscribed, now's the time. Hit that subscribe button. If you like, hit the bell, and then you won't miss a notification from us. So, what have we got coming up today, James?
We have an absolute monster one, so we are going to go through this like hotcakes. Hopefully not miss too much, but just a summary of what we're going to go through. We have 4 classic constructed events to cover, and we also have 3 draft events to cover as well. We're also going to go through the Road to Nationals because the date for that has been announced for the UK.
Indeed.
So we'll cover that. We'll cover week 4 of Road to Nationals, so all of next week's ones.
Yeah.
And we've also got our fantastic weather report to go through after Classic Constructed and Draft as well.
Yeah, the maps have been updated.
Beautiful. I can't wait to see it.
Righty, shall we get cracking?
Let's do it.
Most people are going to be chomping at the bit. Okie dokie, so here we go. Road to Nationals, UK and Ireland, Meta Report, Classic Constructed, Week 3. So we're going to start at Boards and Swords. So this is in Derby.
This is the one I missed.
Yeah, a fantastic place to go. So the hero breakdown is 28 people turned up. 28 people, 9 different heroes. I made some I made some little notes which I didn't get ready. So yeah, 28 players, 9 different heroes. Yeah, it's getting a bit more. It's getting a bit more solved, this meta. People are taking multiple heroes, or players are taking, the same heroes. 5 Briar, 5 Dramai, 4 Prism, 3 Bravo, 3 Fi. Fi did really well last week.
Yep.
Lexi, we saw sort of like Ice Lexi with Joe, so yeah, it's catching on.
Yeah, we thought some more people might take that. It's interesting to see a downturn in Viz. Only 2 people. I thought it would sort of still be in that 3 to 4 range. So
I am quite surprised.
That's interesting,
especially as Underworld Games is not very far away. It is the hunting ground of Simon Denning. He did win it with Viserai, so there would have been a lot of players from Underworld Games that would have gone here. Matt Light was here, Jacob Hand was here. Some big names. Okie dokie. So let's see the top 8. So the top 8: 3 Briar, 1 Bravo, 1 Dramai, 1 Fi, 1 Lexi, and 1 Viserai. So Briar has smashed the field and taken the top 8. She is the queen of the top 8. That's for sure.
Much better showing, considering that was like one of the favoured decks right at the start of RTNs. A lot of people thought it was like Briar, Oldheim, and maybe something else. So Briar sort of now taking the bull by the horns, as it says. Indeed. And doing some work. Yeah,
but it's interesting. She's the queen of aggro, but we saw sort of like Fi, especially with Bruno Krako's list that he was playing at Mana Screw. Holy moly, that pumps out some damage.
Yeah, for sure.
So yeah, I mean, she's got a good contender in another sort of like aggro style character or aggro style hero. But I was quite surprised. I thought Lexi would have done better, considering Briar doesn't like being iced.
Yeah, I think Lexi's difficult to pilot as well. Like, you're sort of relying on flipping every turn, and then you want to be putting a frostbite every turn. So, and if you're not doing that, the moment you have 1 bad turn or 1 or 2 bad turns, you can get in quite hard on Lexi, because you just go, okay, I'm going to take the damage and I know I've got a great crap back, and then it just makes it difficult for the Lexi player from there.
Yeah,
so I think consistency.
It's not like before where Ice was a little bit inconsistent. There's a lot more.
No.
She's been smoothed out. There's a lot less off turns, and unfortunately, we saw Joe pull that all red hand that he did. But that's
Yeah, of course.
Live by the arrow, die by the arrow. Right. So this is that's top 4. Okay. So this is top 4. Sorry. Stay on target. Right, so one Bravo. So George Roger was playing Bravo. Daniel Collett was playing Briar. So both from Manascrew. You can catch those on the Manascrew Armory shows they regularly show. Oscar Rachichi on Lexi. Matthew Waters on Dromai. So he is like a Bash regular. You know, he's up there in that area. Okie. Yep. So these make up the top 4. And I can tell you that the final was between George Roger on Bravo and Matthew Waters on Dromai. So George was king of Swiss, so he didn't suffer the curse and go out on the top 8. And Matthew Waters was second in Swiss, so both really strong, and both made it to the final. So they were opposite ends of the spectrum, going towards each other in elimination. Okay, so what do you reckon? Dromai, Bravo, who would you favour?
I think if Dromai can get Dragons out early, I think I'd favour Dromai, just because Bravo doesn't really do multiple attack. I'm going to go Dromai.
Okay, right. Who won? George Rogers on Bravo.
Oh, for God's sake. Good. Congrats to him. Congrats. George
is a fantastic Bravo player. He is absolutely amazing. He plays a really aggressive one. He's got quite a lot of go again in there. And, the crush effects are actually really good against Dromai. He can just smash a dragon apart with Anaphos. It's not a problem. Yeah, but if you get loads of sort of like Rake the Embers, if you can get up on Ashwings, then he could have a problem. But when he can hit you with Spinal Crush, when he can hit you with Crippling Crush, these effects are really going to tie in and do well for him. And he's shown that he can do it. What I find with George is when you talk to him and when you listen to him play, you actually imagine that he's actually Bravo, because he's laughing as he's doing it. He's like, oh, little man, take a pummel, because he's a big dude, but he's a smashing character. He's a really good guy.
Amazing.
Okay, so results for this come from Mark Quamby, Nosy Ferret, and the absolute fabulous Matt Light.
Ah, fantastic. Well, congrats with the 4 guys that made top 4. You have secured yourself an invite to Nationals.
Indeed. Yeah, brilliant day. And it was on a Saturday at Boars and Swords. So on a Saturday at Boars and Swords, they do these massive donuts. Like they're as big as your fist. They're huge. So well worth going. And they give you pizza for lunch as well. So
I know, I was so gutted. I was like, I missed out on my pepperoni pizza, missed out on my donuts.
No. You order a vegan pizza. So if you order a normal pizza, it's a small one. If you order a vegan pizza, it's a medium. So
okay,
it's vegan.
Remember this for the future.
Yeah, but I was with Terence Pierce once, and he ordered it. I was like, "Who's got that?" And he went, "Oh, it's the vegan pizza." I was like, "I'll remember that for next time."
Yeah.
Brilliant. Right. Gaming in York. This is. I hear loads of good news about Gaming. They have really good turnouts, play on a really good event. So this is 32 players spread across 13 heroes. So the diversity of heroes was nearly as good as Manascrew. I think Manascrew had 14.
I was going to say the only thing missing is Azalea.
yeah. But look, 9-5. This is the land of Fi today. So this is going to be Rob Catton and his gaming group. So Matt Duggan, James Thorgood, Rob's partner Layla Green, they're all playing Fi. Okay,
amazing.
And massive turnout. So it looks like we've got the further north you go, you're gonna find Fi. The further south you go, we're calling it sort of like the melting pot Midland divide. You're gonna find Prism. You're gonna find Dromai. Okay, that's how it looks so far for the UK split. But this is anyone's game, isn't it? It's just like, oh my god.
Crazy. With so many fire, I'd expect to see at least maybe 3 or 4 top 8 potentially. Maybe more. Depends on how the matchups go. But yeah, you got your four Lexi, so that's an increase.
Yeah, 3 fists. But Lexi should do well. Lexi beat Fi when Joe was playing him. So depending if they're playing Lightning, depending if they're playing Ice. But I would have thought that Ice, would be the way to go.
I think Ice is the better build
at the minute. Yeah. So only one Dromai. You can stay away from the saddest mirror in the game, Dromai mirror. No one wants to play that. You're just like, we'll just roll the dice, shall we? Just call it quits. Righty, so let's get to top 8. Top 8, 5-5. 5-5.
I'm not surprised.
It's unreal, isn't it? 5 just absolutely obliterated the competition there. Only one Lexi through a Prism and a Briar. Yeah, Bry's just holding on against the onslaught of the Fi there.
Yeah, I think like Fi sort of come out as this like really insane aggro deck, like a lot better than what maybe people anticipated, because there was lots of people like building and speculating right at the start before RTNs, and then people just sort of pushed it to one side, and now people kind of gone, actually it's probably not as bad as we originally thought, and have probably changed it a little bit. I've been working on a build myself, like utilizing like Captain's Call and stuff, because I think that's a really unique card that works well. So we'll see.
Yeah, you have to play at the beginning of the chain, don't you? But
yes,
it's another 2 block.
Yeah, it's another +2, or give something go again. So
no, but it's a 2 block card, isn't it? It's just like,
yeah,
you're not going to be blocking with Fi.
no, not at all. But the +2 on it, and being a blue pitch as well, and the option to give something go again. The utility on it is just it's a 3-for-1. It's too good.
Yeah, Fi. He's a karate man. He bruises on the inside. We don't block. Right, let's see how this goes into the top 4, shall we? Okay, so.
Oh wow! So 3 went out.
Probably had some Fi mirrors to get through, so that's thin the field.
Yeah.
Okay, so we have George Jones on Lexi. George Jones is a fantastic Lexi player. He played Lightning Lexi in the previous PQ. Scott Mines on Fi. I know him as a Lexi player, and he was brilliant on Lexi, but he's changed to Fi. Matthew Wewell on Prism, and Layla Green on Fi. So she's a partner of Rob, and she is kicking ass. So it looks like Rob and Layla are the power couple now for UK Fab.
Off to nationals as well. Congrats to the top 4.
Yeah, brilliant. Yeah, it's awesome. Yeah, it'd be worse, wouldn't it? You just go, Rob's going, oh, yeah, I'm going away for the weekend. She's like, yeah. No,
I think I met Layla at I think I met Layla at Battle Hardened. I'm pretty sure she was on Benji on that weekend as well. And she did
really well. She did really well.
She went 7-3, and I went 6-4. So I was curious to see her list, but I never got to look at it in the end.
Yeah, she's a good player.
She
right,
is.
cool.
Yeah, very good.
Okie dokie. So, final time. The final was between George Jones on Lexi and Scott Mines on Fi. Okay, so 2 really good players. And who do you reckon?
Lexi.
It was Lexi. So,
yes!
And George has switched from playing Lightning now, and he's now playing a tall ice build, much similar to Joe's. So, pulled out the win there. So, congratulations, George. Fantastic win. He's part of the 0 to 60 podcast. So, tune into that.
Oh, amazing.
I'm sure he'll talk all about it. So, the results for this all came from Ross from EH Gaming and Cole Ossus from Discord. So thank you very much, guys. I really appreciate it. Okay, so that's 2 out of 4. Should we get cracking? Mocks in the hole. Mocks in the hole, Edinburgh. So 26
I went here for my honeymoon.
Did you?
But we went up to Edinburgh this year for our honeymoon, and I went and stopped in with these guys. They've got a really nice. They've got like 2 separate bits. So one side is the shop, and then you've got like another sort of store basically, which is where they all play. It looks it's a really cool setup.
All right, cool. I was going to joke. So you went to play gaming when you were on your honeymoon?
I did have a look to see if there was an armory during my honeymoon, and there wasn't.
Oh my god. Yeah, I wouldn't have been able to swing that. So 26 players between 11 heroes.
Amazing.
So this is the land of Viserai, it seems. So
it's a real meta shift.
Yeah.
Like only one. Like considering we just went 9-5, we've now gone to 1-5.
Yeah.
It's like totally different.
It's not settled at all. It is basically turn up with the deck you're most comfortable playing, with the deck you've really put time into, and you should do well. Only 1 Dromai. A Kano. We've got a Kano. Wizards live. Wizards live in Scotland. Oh my god, there's some.
No Icelander. No Frostiness.
No. It's just I think someone's taken Kano just to go, right, how much? There is an Icelander. There's one.
Oh, is there?
Yeah. Next to Kano at the top. Yeah, it's just
2
like,
wizards.
take your bet on it. Are you packing? Have you decided to pack? Null Rune yet? Because the meta hasn't settled and we've got such diversity. How do you plan for every matchup? You can't. Your sideboard's not big enough. You've just got to hedge your bets, watch the show, see what's hot in a certain area, and go for it. So that's the yeah, crazy. I think everybody watched Simon's game and Hamish's game. Listen to Hamish. It does seem like the Viserai belittle has been a bit poo-pooed. So get on Hamish's Viserai and and take your picks. So
yeah,
top
the belittle build was bizarre. I thought it was strange.
Well, you know, I don't play Viserai, so.
But there's none of it in the top 8, so it don't matter.
It's not my jam. But right, okay, so Dash, 2 Oldham, 2 Prism, 1 Briar, 1 Dramai. So Dash is probably the Teklo pounder, I would have thought. Really aggressive and try and kill you in about 5 turns. Whether or not they go for 1 Teklo or 2 Teklo in there. But essentially, start with the Teklo pounder. It's probably got 1 induction chamber in there, and it is Teklo cores, Spark of Geniuses. Let's get the other items out. So would have been interesting to see a Dromai Dash match. I know we had it on Manascrew stream. That kind of was a stalemate in the end, but I'm really interested to see that matchup. You know, especially if they can get a Kailoria out and really affect Dash. Okay.
Yeah, of course.
So Oldham's not sure if they're defensive or they're playing the Francesco build. So that's the top 8. Top 4. The Dash is still there. We've still got Dash. It is still pounding away. 2 Dash, 1 Prism, 1 Oldham. Okay, so top 4. Jack Church on Dash. Declan Patrick on Dash. Damon Elgie on Prism. And Callum Burkett on Oldham.
Fantastic. Well, congratulations to those 4. Got yourself a national invite.
Indeed. So the final was between Prism and Dash. So,
Prism and Dash.
Yeah, she's if Dash can get this game done quick, you know, she does all right. You know, she can hit those boosts. You can get a maximum velocity build. You can get a maximum velocity off really easily with the Teklo powder build. So I would have been really interested to see this played out. What do you reckon?
I think Dash will win, just like with the high octane. Like if it's Prism, if it's Aura Prism, I think Dash wins. If it's Herald Prism, I would favour Prism. So
you're 0 for 2 at the minute, mate. What are you going for?
Oh, I got the last one right.
Oh, did you? Okay, 1 and 1.
Because I said Lexi would be quiet. She did. I'll go Dash on this.
Prism won.
Prism won.
Damon Elgie won this one. So well done, Damon. You picked up your Icelander. So thanks to Mox in the Hole himself and Rainer for the information for this. Thank you so much.
Amazing.
It's really amazing that everyone's sort of like jumped on board and has just. I feel like I hassle people. But it's just like I just need this. I just need this. Please tell me. So thank you for being patient with me, everybody. It is massively appreciated. Righty, we are off to so we are off to the last one, Rule 0. So this was yesterday. This was streamed by Buggerlugs Sean. He's got a Twitch and a YouTube channel called Armory Nights. So he's trying to split it down to see the games from it. So check it out. So he's getting better at streaming. Okie so lots of Dramai. 37 players. So this is the biggest field that we have had for CC this season. 37. Amazing turnout. Spread across 13 heroes. So quite a diverse spread, considering 7 Dramai, 5 Viserai, 3 Bravo, 3 Briar, 3 Katsu.
Katsu.
Yeah, I'm talking to Simon, who traditionally plays Katsu and did really well with Katsu. He's just like, he's not good enough. So I'm quite surprised Katsu's coming out over Fire. Only 2 Fire over the 3 Katsu. But maybe they've done a Hurricane Punch, take the tempo type thing. I don't know.
Yeah, possibly.
We shall see. 1 Azalea. So we shall see.
Azalea.
If the Azalea can get through. Okay, so that is the breakdown for that. Then into the top 8: 2 Dramai, 2 Viserai, 1 Bravo, 1 Icelander, 1 Oldham, 1 Prism. So the Illusionists are still doing well. The Illusionists of London are still taking top spots. So the Viserai Dromai match, when you talk to Hamish, is actually quite bad for him. If they get breaks out early, he suffers. But if they have trouble finding rakes, he can stay on top of it and they can do okay. So it's a little bit iffy, but it's still winnable. Bravo should actually do quite well in this, because with three illusionists, it actually plays quite well into them. So we shall go to top 4. There we go. 2 Viceroy, 1 Dromai, 1 Oldham. So Viceroy is cutting the mustard again and showing why he's probably the best Runeblade.
Yeah, probably.
I'll let you Runeblade players take a poll on that. So top 4. So we've got Thomas Hall on Viceroy. Now he came in the top 8 in Kingdom, so he done one better now. Nice. He's got into the top 4. Well done, Thomas. Alexandru Chitu on Viceroy. Jacob Clements on Oldham, and Jamie Faulkner on Dromai. Now Jamie's been playing Dromai a lot. He was at Kingdom Gaming and he got into the top 4. So if anybody wants tips on how to play Dromai, I'd hit Jamie up, because he seems to be the man for Dromai. He seems to be the guy who's got the art, shall we say, of conjuring ash into dragons.
Well, congrats on the top 4. Thank you, Nationals.
Brilliant. Okay, so top 4 was Oldham versus Dromai. Okay, so it was Jacob versus Jamie. You can see the match on Armoury Nights. It is really, really good. At one point, Jamie kills or destroys. He gets Tomotai out, and then he destroys the Null Rune boots. And then literally the same turn, Jacob plays Exposed to the Elements, and he kills off. What does he kill? He kills off Ghostly Touch.
Oh, really?
So he's popping dragons like mad. Jamie's building up Ghostly Touch, and he's just like it's like at 9 counters on Ghostly Touch. He's just like, when that goes off, that's going to be amazing. And then Jamie just pulls out Exposed to the Elements and kills it, and he's just like, holy shit, okay.
Amazing.
But yeah, it's really, really good, really good game. So what do you reckon?
Oldham 100%.
Oldham 100%. So you're 1 and 2 going into this. Oldham 100%. Okay, you're now 1 and 3. Okay, because
boom, I'm getting this.
Because
don't trust me in the future, guys, because I clearly don't know what the meta is.
Thing is, when I saw this Ghostly Touch die, I thought, oh right, yeah, Jamie's just going to tick up this Ghostly Touch, and he's going to absolutely just smash him in the face with like a 15 power attack. He doesn't even break a stride. When he dies, he's just like, yeah, all right, okay. Oh, I didn't realise.
I think Ghostly Touch is just one of those. It's an additional benefit later in the game. If you don't get to use it, it's not detrimental. Is the word I'm looking for. But if you can use it, great.
Yeah, it's like a Brucey bonus. So
it is a Brucey bonus.
Yeah, indeed, for everyone who's old enough to remember them. So yeah, what he does is he gets out, he kills off the Null Rune boot, so he hasn't got any arcane. And then he comes in with Asval Eyes, even if it was like 1 attack, he would get an arcane damage off. And then he follows up with basically playing 3 Burn the Mauls. So for 1 dragon attack, he's doing 3 arcane, and he just absolutely just wrecks Jacob. It's just like flipping heck. The health score was actually pretty even until Jamie gets these Burn the Mauls out, and it was amazing. It's an absolute amazing game to watch. So Sean Buggerlugs, get that game up, cut it up, and get that game up, because that game is brilliant. Well done, Jamie. Fantastic win.
Yeah, I'd have thought Oldham would have just popped consistently, like every single attack, like with the amount of
that it
has.
It totally was. Don't get me wrong. It was just like, I'll pop everything you got. Ghostly Touch was going up. Any dragon that came out, I'll bonk with a hammer. It's just like, I'll just smash it with a hammer. What are you going to do? You know what I mean? Even when Jamie used Tumultai to kill an equipment, I thought he would have killed, Crown of Seeds. But he was not bothered. He knew exactly what he wanted. He wanted to kill that Null Rune boot. His plan essentially was to get Burn the Ball and just smash him with arcane damage, and it was brilliant. So yeah, right, okay, right. So that is every game for CNC. So these are everybody that has made it through. Everyone's got a national invite. Well done, everybody. Some fantastic players. Some players that made top 8s and then made it into top 4. So a massive sigh of relief for those players. The pressure is off. You can just play for fun.
Chill now.
You must be doing that anyway. Right, so onto the meta map. So we can see from Classic Constructed. Yeah. We can see from Classic Constructed how diverse this actually is. It is amazing. Apart from, Dromai and Viserai, 3 for Dromai, 2 for Viserai now, but you know what I mean, it is anybody's game. You wouldn't have thought that Lexi would have been taking, kicking ass and taking names, and she is.
Yeah, of course.
So brilliant, absolutely brilliant.
It's not all Starvo. That's the best bit out of this. Yeah,
but this is what we said last week. It's probably the best meta we have ever had. It's the most diverse. It is just get practicing. You know what I mean? I can't wait to see sort of like Pro Tour in Lille. I can't wait to see it. That is going to be the best players. Just playing their, probably their favourite heroes, or best in class, or however they want to work it. All these play testing groups working feverishly to get that. So draft time. 5-5-5. That's where I'm going. That's my predictions. I think you might be 3-0 here. Righty, so Bad Moon Cafe. So this is the top 8 draft. 4 Dromai, 3-5, 1 Icelander. Now, when I look at that, I'm just like, there's no way those Dromais are going to be a very good deck. It's sort of like
too many. There's not enough dragons, surely.
Not enough dragons. Fire players are probably just going, I've got a ton of, unconditional go again. We've seen five Fies drafted last week, and one of those Fies made it into the final. So it's just like there's only 3 in this pod. But I would say the Icelander player must have been absolutely laughing.
Minted.
You just like, when I look at this, I just go, it is pretty much Icelanders to lose. You have got the pick of the deck. Now if we're going to see an Icelander win, it's today. Yeah.
But we said this last week, didn't we? Where it was like one Icelander player creamed it all, still didn't win. So
shall we see? Top 4 time.
Look at that.
2-5, 2 Dromai. So I know Stillfur played Icelander, so I don't know what went wrong with that deck. But he's a good player.
For sure.
I think something kind of went wrong, maybe with something. But hopefully he'll say on his channel what happened. But I thought that was his for the taking, to be fair. So we've got top 4 players. So well done, everybody. Sandy Green on Dromai, Lubos Vanicek on Dromai. I hope I've said that right. I'm sorry if I haven't. Craig DeMario on Phi, and David Copson on Phi. Okie dokie.
So congratulations.
Yeah,
got yourself an RTN invite.
So we have the final is between Craig DeMario on Phi and Lubos Vanicek on Dromai. Okay.
Phi. I'm picking Phi.
So you're 1 and 3 at the minute, yeah?
1 and 3 at the moment. I'm doing terrible.
Yeah. Okay.
It sounds like my RTN from last week, if I'm honest. I'm 1 and 3.
I was about to say that because you're now 1 and 4.
Great! Amazing.
Dromai won that. So well done, Lubos. Well done. You have secured your Icelander. So thanks to Buggerlugs at Armory Night. I think he was streaming this as well. So he done 2 streams over the weekend. So that fantastic for you, mate. Well done. Jason Hamer, Hammertron, one of the old guard. Sen Broder, who was the ref, the judge. Sorry for this one. So thank you so much for sending that in. So that is Bad Moon Cafe London. So off we move to Excelsior. Now this is probably the hardest one to get information out of. Everyone was talking about everything else, and it kind of like Excelsior went under the radar. I don't know. It was just like, oh shit! It's like 9 o'clock at night, and I'm still making up templates and going, I have not heard a dicky bird about this bloody thing. Okay, so we have 2 Dromai, 3 Phi, and 3 Icelander. So from looking at it, Icelander's never going to get there. It's too many of them, in my opinion.
Okay.
So, but what do I know?
Nothing. We know nothing. I know nothing. I'm 1 and 4 on these predictions, so I don't know anything. Don't listen to me.
So making it into the top 4. There we go. Right. So we have Matt Folkes on Phi, Peter Ward on Phi. So Peter Ward is Matt Folkes' Padawan. He's showing Pete the ropes, and Pete is doing really well. Won a Pro Tour. Won a Pro Tour last, or was it Pro Tour the last one we did, or Battle Hardened? One of
Battle Hardened or something.
Yeah. So he won one of them last time. So Richard Carr on Dramai and Sean Nolden on Icelander. So Sean is playtest partners with Francesco Giorgio, and he's part of the team that went top 4 at Madrid team event with Francesco himself and David Carve. So he's an Icelander. So yeah, Icelander. One Icelander made it through. Okay, but the final was between Richard Carr on Dromai and Matt Folkes on Phi.
I mean, it's hard. It's hard not to go against. It's hard not to go against Matt Folkes, like national champ. So I go with the guy who's actually the national champ.
Okay, right. Well done. You're 2 and 4. Well done. Woohoo! Congratulations, Matt. You secured your nationals invite. Well done. You can contest your UK nationals championship belt, we shall say. So information came from Matt Folkes himself and Aaron Boyan. So Aaron made it into the top 4 at Kingdom Gaming. He made it into the top 8, and I know that he bowed out to let somebody get an invite. So thank you, Aaron. Whoever you bowed out to, I would assume is greatly appreciate you. Okay, so good job, mate. Highlander Games in Dundee. 2 Phi, 3 Dramai, 3 Icelander.
Interesting. Another 3 Icelander.
I think it's just 5 for the taking, isn't it?
Yeah, I mean, that should be enough.
Unless they pull each other as a mirror match.
Yeah, maybe. I guess time will tell.
Yeah, indeed. So this is, I've never seen so little of Phi actually drafted. You're just thinking, flipping heck, someone must have, like one of the Icelander players or one of the Dromai players, it must have been going around and go, should I switch? Because there's a bucket load of ninja cards coming around. This is it's a bit crazy. Someone's got a flipping good deck.
It's always one of those things, though, is where you're positioned in the table, what's coming around to you. It's a funny one at times.
Yep. Okay. Right. So top 4 time, 2 Phi, 2 Dramai. Icelander just does not catch a break, does she? She's just like,
it doesn't.
What the flipping heck have I got to do to make it into the top 4? Well, make it into a final. She made it into the top 4 in Bristol.
And this is really strange because I remember in week 1 we spoke about the draft camp and how I got fed a little bit of information that sort of everything was quite equal. We're just not seeing that in all of these weeks that we've done. Yeah, but you don't know what people have practiced. Are they using these RTNs to practice to do draft? You know, when you look at Matt Light's draft camp. So Matt Light made it into the final at Underworld Games with Icelander. So I think if you've drafted a lot and put the practice in, you can do very well. You know those key cards to pick. It would be quite good if actually someone did an interview with Matt to say, look, you know, can you talk about draft? How do you draft Icelander? I think that would be a fantastic thing to do. So Hamish, if you're watching, get in contact with Matt, because interviews is not my jam, all right? But I think people would absolutely love that, because if you're going in and you want to do Icelander at Nationals and you're good at it, you got a flipping good chance. So top 4 is the 2 Dramai players. Okay, so that is Florin Mazalou and Annabelle McQuaid. Okay, so they're the Dramai, and we've got 2 Phi in Ed Ross and Sharif Shaban. Okay, so the lady players are really showing what they can do. We've had you know, Layla Green made it into the top 4. Now we've got Annabelle making it into the top 4 as well. So yeah. Good. It's good to see female players coming through and actually achieving as well.
Indeed. Yep. Show the guys how it's played. Right, the final is Ed Ross on Phi and Sharif Shaban on Phi. Who are you going for?
I can't go against Sharif because he's absolutely spanked me with Dory before.
Okay, well done. 3 and 4. I wouldn't have bet against Sharif either. So
I would no, never.
Well done.
I mean, the guy has a lot of experience within Fab, and he's well known across the country as well. So
yeah, indeed, he's a fantastic player, fantastic guy. He reached out in the comments for the last show to say hello. So yeah, massive win, absolutely massive win. Well done. So two RTNs for Sharif's belt. Okay, so that is all of the games completed.
That weather report's going to look fiery.
Indeed.
That's for sure.
Yeah, indeed. Okay, so these are everybody who's made it through to Road to Nationals. So well done, everybody. There are a few players that have qualified twice, so that will increase the amount of XP people, the 90-day XP qualifiers. So well done for if you've made it through twice. Everybody is thanking you at the minute, going thank God for that. So Craig DeMario has qualified twice. He did Brighton in Dice Cup for Classic Constructed and Bad Moon in London Draft. Sharif Shaban, we've just talked about, Trinity Car Capital Draft and Highlander Games Draft. So you face him in a pod for draft, you watch out, because he's going to be a fearsome opponent to play against.
Kick his shins, just distract him a bit.
He's a unit. He's massive.
Yeah, he's taller than me. Like, I'm 6'1", and I'm like, wow. Gosh, you're like 6'2", 6'3", I think he is.
Yeah.
No, he is a unit.
Right, George Rogers, Geek Retreat Southampton in draft, and Bash Classic Constructed. So he's showing that he's an all-round player, should do well, and he's UK National number 2. Rob Catton, Underworld Games in draft and Bearded Card Trader in CC. Really, really strong player. And he won the call-in at the last UK Nationals. And I think that was his first big event. So expect good things from Rob. Jamie Faulkner, Classic Constructed twice with Dromai. One as a top 4, one as a winner. So expect a really hard game against Jamie with Dromai. He is a fearsome opponent. He's good. Alexandru Chitu, Geek Retreat Southampton in draft, Rule 0 London Classic Constructed. So also showing he's a fantastic all-round player. So there's some really strong players that are coming through with the double wins. So yeah, just watch out for them if you get paired against them. Righty.
I'd say watch out for anybody at RTN. Like, they're all there for a reason. They've all qualified. So
not for me, mate. I just come for the chat. I come for a chat. That's what I come for. So weather map time. It's a bit fiery. Okay, so
it's a reflection of today and the last week.
Yeah, it will be this week as well. So what we wanted with an Icelander winning in Dundee, but we didn't get it. We got Phi, but Dromai, I don't know what she's done. She's come from sort of like Gateshead, Tyne and Weir way, and sort of like snuck into the capital and taken the capital. Whether or not she sailed down the coast, I've no idea. But yeah, she's fighting back and taking the capital of England.
It's the home of the illusionists as well. Like, you think in CC, there's a lot of illusionist players that way as well. So
yeah.
But not surprising in a way, but also surprising at the same time. Yeah,
so it's nice to see somebody else win apart from Phi. So it can be done. Just put some practice in. Righty. So I have combined. So I couldn't actually use week 1, which was a bit of a shame. So essentially, I've combined all the results from weeks 2 and 3, top 8, and just to see what was drafted. Overall for the top 8. So out of everything, I think it's 6 in total that I've done for this. So 11 Icelander was done, 16 Dromai and 21 Phi were actually drafted in top 8. Okay, so you can see that Phi is by far, well, it's not by far, he is the most popular.
Favoured,
favoured to be drafted, so this is the top 8. How that goes into the top 4, not much change actually. It's increased a little bit for Dromai, it's increased a little bit for Phi. Obviously it's dropped off for Icelander. We've seen that through the results, that Icelander's not making it through into the top 4. So 16.7% for Icelanders against 9 Dromais, 37% and 45% for Phi. Okay, so the biggest change is actually who makes it into the finals. So the finals, so nearly 67% of finals have got Phis in. 8%, only one Icelander out of those 6 games has made it into the final. And only 25% of Dromai. But this is also reflected in the map that I showed a minute ago. Which has got is covered with Phi. But you see that there's 2 wins for Dromai. So, there's only ever been 3 Dromites in a final, and 2 of them have won.
Yeah, so 66.6% win rate, effectively. based on the 3 Dramite.
Yeah, indeed. I'm not going into that maths, mate. You go down the rabbit hole.
Probably would.
Righty, so Fight is by far the favourite to draft. We've got a month to go. About it's not a month, is it? It's about 8 weeks until the Nationals. So yeah.
Which we now have a confirmed date for.
Which we'll do in a minute. But
yep.
yeah, I think people really, whether or not shops will be throwing drafts on, beg your local gaming store to put drafts on and just try and get Highlander. So week 4. So where are we going week 4? So you're either going to go to Utrecht, you're either going to make it all the way to Utrecht, you're going to play in the calling, or if you don't want to rely on XP to get you through to the Nationals, these are the places where you need to hit up. So for Uprising Draft on Saturday 23rd, we have Jester Games in Greater Manchester. The following day on the 24th, we have Fanboy 3 in Greater Manchester. So if you're in Manchester, 2 great locations to do draft. I think Liam Canning plays out of Fanboy 3, so expect him there. So the man with the coolest trousers in Fab, that's Liam. Classic Constructed is on Sunday the 24th of July in Living Realms, Castleford. I would have thought that this would be massively contested. Everybody wants to win Living Realms. Living Realms have put on so many good events for Fab, and they always get a huge turnout, absolutely huge turnout. Now, if you buy a ticket for Jester Games and you buy a ticket for Living Realms, you get a £5 discount. Which you can use in either store, and you can use it in the store, or you can use online. So there's a big incentive to basically go to Jester and Living Realms. Fanboy's been a little bit left out. Fanboy was actually supposed to be on the weekend previous. It was supposed to be on week 3, but I don't know why they've changed it. So realistically, the players up north have kind of they've lost out. Because there hasn't been the communication between these stores. Yes, there's been communication between Living Realms and Jester, but there needs to be better communication between them. I don't know what's going on, but realistically, it's the fans of Flesh and Blood that are losing out, and this needs to get sorted. But saying that, you would think that Jester Games and Living Realms would be the hottest tickets to go to, simply because you get the discount. Okay, so what you could do is you could pull a Matt Folks and you could go to Fanboy, where you don't think that this is going to be highly contested, and you could probably get yourself a qualification. Now, I'm not being mean on Matt, because Matt actually plays it really smart, and for the ProQuest season, he went all the way to Lowestoft to win his ProQuest PTI invite. He's a canny dude. It's all about the PTI wins and getting further in the competition. And if you can, it's all about margins. Give yourself the best advantage you can. Why not? Just do it. Right, so that is week 4. Right, I think we've got one last thing to do. Nationals. So, Nationals. It's now been confirmed. It is in Darksphere, Shepherd's Bush. It is in Unit 8, W12 Shopping Centre in London. It's on the 17th to the 18th of September. There are loads of hotels all around where this is being held. There's at least 4 or 5. So I would think that the tickets for those hotels will sell fast.
It's a nice area. I love Shepherd's Bush and Darksphere area. It's a really nice shopping centre in Westfield.
It's massive.
Get everything.
Yeah, it's freaking huge. But thing is, you're not really going to go there for a lunch break.
No. But there's some really nice restaurants on that little strip leading up.
On the second level. Yeah, indeed. Yeah,
I can imagine some people eating there.
Yeah. So right. So good luck to everybody for week 4. Good luck to everyone who goes to the calling in Utrecht, and hopefully I shall see you at Nationals. But stay tuned. Week 4 results next week. So remember to subscribe, leave a comment, so we can have a bit of a conversation about this week's results. All right. Anything else to add, James?
No, hopefully you might see me at Nationals as well. Maybe alongside you, I'm not sure. I don't know if I'll be playing yet. I've still got one more opportunity to try and qualify. I hope people predicted better than I did in this.
Where are you going?
I'm off to Living Realms with Darren.
Okay, cool. Right, so you're doing Classic Constructed.
We are indeed.
So, Fi, the land of Fi. Rob Catton, James Thorgood. Yeah. Matthew Duggan, Layla Green, all 5 players are all out of Living Realms.
I know. Hopefully they won't be there because they've already qualified. So
no, they haven't. Matt Duggan and James have not qualified. So
they're not.
No. Right.
I know a few people go Utrecht as well. So we'll see. We'll see.
Brilliant. Okie dokie. Everyone take care. Stay out the heat. Hydrate. Right. Nice. See ya.